Listen, NASA, we need to talk. I've had a wonderful time watching and listening to you for the last few decades. I've come to the conclusion that this relationship just isn't working out. NASA, I know you've been stealing money from me and from my friends and my family for decades. We've seen doing live streams, faking space thousands of times, and I just can't trust you anymore. I used to watch you on the TV, and then through the news, then through cartoons, and now just cartoons. The progression has been clear. Look, we all know NASA lies. We had trusted your word, believed in your quest. Now I see through just like all the rest. Trusted your word, believed your lore. Now I see through, can't trust you no more. It's just like the sheep, to be led by the blind. The people don't want war, or famine, or immigration, but the Jewish controllers do it anyway. But they hide in the shadows and cry out in pain when they strike you. Perpetual victims who have to outlaw speech telling the truth about them. Who do you think runs NASA? A bunch of Freemasons, which is just Zionism for the Goyim. It's been a giant scam since 1959. When all the countries who always fight in war decided it was time to universally agree on outlawing Antarctic exploration, which gave birth to NASA. See, I've been psychologically abused since I was a kid, believing your stories, the things that you did. Now I'm asking for my money back. I have it tallied up, 68 million fiat dollars every year, right into a real black hole. Trusted your word, believed in your quest. Now I see through just like all the rest. Trusted your word, believed your lore. Now I see through, can't trust you no more. Lies in the sea, that's all I see. NASA, you've been lying to me.
I don't know. What would you do for $76 million a day? Tell me what the limitation is. What is your limitation?
Come on, man. Like, seriously, you guys grow up, right? You gotta be more mature than this, right? You gotta grow up, right?
You asked the question, did you not? You said, why would they lie? And I just asked you, what would you lie for? What would you lie about for $76 million per day?
Why would they make up the lie?
Because of you, dude. You're the reason. We have you coming in here, making stuff up, saying you can see curve from an airplane, defending an idea which isn't even yours.
Why would they make up the lie?
Hold on,
why would they make up the lie?
You asked the question, I'm answering. They have you like a puppet on a string, defending their ideas, even though you don't even understand them. That's why. It's complete control of your mind, dude.
We have a lot of problems in this world, but
there's no we, dude.
The shape of the earth isn't one of the priorities, is it?
That's your subjective, ignorant opinion.
Why do they teach it at all if it doesn't matter?
But why would they? But we're on a globe. It's just obvious, right?
Where do I go where it's obvious?
But you said it doesn't matter, so why does it matter if it's obvious?
It's just science,
where we can go where it's obvious. It's science.
It's just. Yeah, obviously, science.
Why did everybody think the Earth was a globe or flat before they thought it was a globe?
Because they didn't have the science.
They did. Okay,
now we have the science.
Prove the globe.
Hold on, sorry. You just said it's obvious.
Because the ocean bends, doesn't it? We have bend.
Not according to measurements.
You said it's obvious we're on a globe. Therefore, it's
hang on. Let me. Okay, all right. I'll give you a question. Right.
In one direction.
If I walk east right now,
east and west are circles. That was easy.
Okay, wait, hang on. If I
east and west are circles. Okay, you walk in a circle. That's how you end up at the same place. You walk in a circle.
No, if I walk east. If I walk east and I continue to walk east, I'll end up where I am now, won't I?
Yeah, because you walked in a circle.
So it's not.
What's hard to understand? You walk. You have a coordinate system with a pole.
I go round the Earth, don't I?
Yeah, around in a circle.
Yeah, so it's not flat, is it?
Can you draw circles on a flat surface?
What do you? I'm talking about a straight line, dude. If I walk in a straight line, I'm not going round, am I?
How do you know you're, dude? There are no straight lines on the globe. That's literally an axiom of spherical geometry. See, either way, it's a circle.
Come on, man.
You think your circle, hold on. You think that you flip up.
That was an awesome takedown.
Yeah. So you think that you flipped upside down and end up back at the same place. We don't think
I go round.
We think
I go round a globe. I go round.
You go around a pole, an artificial point, an imaginary point in the ground. You circle around it.
So wait, are you telling me I can't walk in a straight line?
I am telling you that.
But that's against.
So how do you walk in a straight line on a globe?
I want him to Google why do humans walk in circles.
Because you walk in a straight line.
Brother, go on Google and type in why do humans walk in circles. Human beings can't walk in straight lines.
What are you on about? We can walk in a straight line.
Can walk in straight lines without some external spatial reference. So eventually you'll walk so far away. Say you started with a mountain as your spatial reference. Eventually you'll walk to a point. Why are you interrupting me? You'll walk to a point where you can't see it and you don't know if you're walking straight anymore. This is well known when people get lost in the desert, in the ocean or wherever, they end up going in a big circle, even though they think they're going in a straight line. This is a well-known phenomenon.
It happens all the time, man.
You can't walk in a straight line. You just think you can, which is why a lot of people have died in the desert. They thought they were walking in a straight line, and they fucking ended up dying of dehydration.
So straight lines don't exist then?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Not on a sphere. How does a straight line exist on a sphere?
Look, it's a different proposition to what the existence of straight lines versus whether you can walk in one.
I'm talking hypothetically, right? I'm saying hypothetically, if I walked in a straight line, would I end up where I am today? Now.
Hypothetically, how do you have a straight line on a globe?
You would not end up in the same place.
Where would I end up then?
How the fuck would I know?
Oh, man.
I don't know how to walk in a straight line.
Yeah, dude. This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I'm talking hypothetically a straight line, right?
So
from my location
hypothetical
right now,
stupid, but I'm being ridiculous because I'm saying you're hypothetical stupid.
No, I'm saying where would I be?
You would actually walk.
I just said I don't know because your hypothetical doesn't really have an answer. Our coordinate system is a series of concentric circles around poles. Now, I would have to invent a whole new coordinate system and go map the fucking world in order to figure out where I would go if I go in a straight line.
So if I walked in the straight, if I was in the ocean, would I fall off the earth then?
No. Why would you fall off the earth? Where are you going to fall to? Why would you fall?
Well, if it's flat, I'll just fall into space, wouldn't I?
You were going to fall to space.
Why?
A lot cheaper than a rocket, right? Just fall to space.
Wait, well, no, if it's flat, I just fall into space.
Says who?
Why?
Because it's flat.
So?
Earth flat, therefore fall to space. That's your rational fucking statement.
Why would
so do I just hit do I hit a hard edge? Is there a hard edge?
There is no outer space, brother.
Can you real quick? Can you
really bad. Come on, guys, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but we don't believe in your TV show. I'm sorry.
Just 1 second, Indigo. Mega, can you steal, man, the model you have in mind that you think we believe in?
The globe. Have you looked in a telescope, man? You can look into a telescope.
What do you think we believe in? Because you're talking about falling.
I think you believe in. I think you believe in I think I've heard this argument before. Maybe, is it some kind of ice ring or something? Like you believe in a kind of firmament, is it? And I don't know, some kind of hard edge of ice, an ice wall. Is that what you believe in?
Don't you think it's about time you found out?
No, it's not real, mate.
No, I mean what we're all on about, exactly why we think the way we think. Don't you think it's worth figuring out why we think what we think?
Well, you can go there. If I travel on a ship from Africa to South,
you're totally ignoring my question. Don't you think it's about time? Don't you personally? Turn your question off. Turn your ears open and hear my question. Okay. My question is, don't you think it's about time you learned why we think the way we think, why we are so convinced of what we're so convinced of.
Are you Christian? I think is it Christian? I think you're a Christian.
What
right?
the hell are you talking about? I'm not talking about belief here. I'm talking about empirical reasons why we think the way we think. Don't you think it's about time you actually looked into what we've looked into instead of dismissing it all out of hand with hypothetical bullshit?
You're telling me 1 + 1 = 3, and I'm like, well, why should I need to know?
Dude, I didn't tell you anything of the sort. I just asked you why you didn't do your homework.
Why do you think 1 + 1 = 3 then? I mean,
why are you evading my question?
Okay, I'm just going to say this, right? If I go on a ship...
No, you're not going to say it. You're evading my question.
Where's the ice wall? There's no ice wall if I go on a ship around the
You're
world.
totally evading my question. Don't you think it's about time that you learned what we learned?
No one cares about the ice wall. Stop bringing it up.
Why do you think the way you think? You tell me.
Well, that's what we've been trying to tell you.
Gas pressure needs containment.
See, that's one of the things we've been trying to tell you, but you just go, "Oh, that can't possibly be because of the ice wall, because I could walk in a straight line." Because, dude, you are totally disingenuous, and you have no interest in the truth.
So if I go on a ship from Africa, I can still end up back in Africa if I keep going east.
Yeah, if you go east. Yeah, congratulations. East to west circumnavigation has been done. You know how many times north-south circumnavigation has been done?
All right. Let me hear your argument.
Tell me how many times.
Tell me why it's flat. Tell me why it's...
Mega, stop interrupting and listen to somebody. Seriously, you're getting quite annoying. So anyway, I asked you, how many times do you think north-south circumnavigation has been done?
We have compasses, don't we?
Again, not an answer.
Can't handle the question, man.
Beasticles, for some reason,
I don't know, mate. It's just like
hey, Mega. Right. Stop. Hey, Beasticles, you're not connecting. Try to reset and come back. No, he left. But anyway, answer my question, dude. How many times do you think north-south circumnavigation?
No, he did say he doesn't know.
It's 0 times. Are you aware of that?
So hey, real quick before we move on, I wanted to say, like, on a globe, if you were at the equator going in a straight line, that would be the only place, like, you know, at that exact symmetrical point, that would be the only place that you could quote unquote go straight and it would make a circle. But that's literally like the east-west circumnavigation isn't mutually exclusive. What Brian is about to go over with the north-south is mutually exclusive. I just wanted to clarify that. But if you have,
can I just ask you then? Let me ask you a question. If I do a straight line around a globe and I flatten that line, it's a straight line.
Yeah, it would be. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. The straight line or curve you'd be going on would be indistinguishable. So, like, you wouldn't over that.
It's not about that. The line is straight.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
You can't tell. We're trying to tell on you. It's immeasurable.
Yeah, the thing is you wouldn't be able to tell either way. Now,
all right. So if I went from Africa and I continued east or I continued west, I wouldn't end up back in Africa. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, you would. You'd go in a circle. Jesus Christ! How many times you have to be told? Circumnavigation means navigating in a circle.
Yeah,
but that doesn't make any. That's not mathematically correct because
and that's
why would I be if I'm going in a straight line? How is it a circle? How's a line?
You're not going in a straight line. You just think you are.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell. You would have to reference.
That doesn't make any sense.
Jesus Christ,
how does a straight line make sense on a globe? I really want you to answer that. How does a straight line make sense on a globe?
If I walk right.
No. I'm asking you mathematically, in terms of geometry, how does a straight line make sense on a globe?
Because if you flatten the line, it's a line.
No, we're not talking about flattening the line. We're talking about, you said, a straight line.
A straight line that bends, right? It bends.
No, a straight line doesn't bend. See, this is your problem. You are changing definitions in order to fit your model, that yet you're not aware of how It's a circle. That's all you're talking
If
about.
I walk,
Did he say straight line bends?
wait, hang on. If I walk, if I walk,
Mega.
if I walk right now to my bathroom in a straight line, am I walking in a straight line?
I
Mega.
I'm not
think it
walking in a
bends.
circle.
When you're talking about going around the earth versus walking in a straight line in your bathroom, that's not analogous. It's not the same thing. Now, number two, going east-west in circumnavigation isn't mutually exclusive, as we've been pointing out. That's why it's not like we don't care. Keep talking about it. It's irrelevant. What Brian was about to get to is the mutually exclusive part, which is the north-south circumnavigation. And as you're going to find out when Brian goes through the story of it, it's never been done. There's no evidence of it. No one has any equivectorial coordinates that they can give for satellites that so-called have done it, and the ones that are publicly available don't translate to actual circle. Hold on a second. Don't translate to actual circumpolar north-south navigation. So that is the mutually exclusive one, and that's the more relevant.
But you're saying that if I walk in a straight line to my bathroom, I'm walking in a circle. That's by your logic. I'm walking in a circle. How's that? I'm not walking in a circle.
Bro, I don't think he understood what mutually exclusive even means, bro. Like, we shouldn't even get there.
That's not what I said, and you change the parameters of what you're walking around. First was going in a straight line on a globe, and the next is going in your bathroom. That's not analogous. It's a completely different thing. I rejected your premise, actually. So back to the actual.
A line is a line. No, but a line is a line, isn't it? A line is a line.
That's the actual dude. We're granting you your premise and showing you how it's still just a circle, and there's no mutual exclusivity to it.
If there's no mutual exclusivity, then I'd be walking in a circle to my bathroom.
No,
you're retarded.
Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. So
okay, tell me. Okay, you guys.
Hold on there, Mega. I'm going to explain it to you really simply. Okay. So here's what they're telling you. Let's say you're in, I don't know. Let's just say you're in Pennsylvania, and you're gonna fly east until you come back to the spot you're in. Now, if you're on a globe, you're referencing a compass, you're referencing magnetic north, and you're maintaining an easterly flight. And you will do a circle around that top part of the globe, okay, around the North Pole, because that's what your compass references north. That's how you know you're going east, by referencing north. Now, if the Earth is flat, you're still referencing that magnetic north. And when you go east, you're doing a circle around magnetic north. You're still doing a circle. There's nothing that shows you the difference between a flat Earth and a globe Earth. And what Brian and Alan's trying to tell you is that north-south circumnavigation is mutually exclusive, because on a flat Earth, you can't fly south and eventually come back north and come around the circle.
He dipped.
All right. On a globe, you could absolutely do that because it's a ball, and you should be able to take off from any point on the Earth, fly south, fly right over the North Pole, and come back up around the North Pole and come back to where you were at.
Yeah, Ken. He bailed.
Oh. All right. So I just wasted my fucking time.
Well, about half of it.
Explanation, man.
That was good. Yeah, it was a good explanation. That dude was mega retarded. It's unfortunate.
But if I walk to my bathroom, that's not a straight. Dude, are you really kidding me? Did
straight lines bend, right? Right?
Straight lines bend.
Fucking retard, dude. How does that guy breed? Anyway.
No, he's typical of people that haven't actually looked at it. You know, he was surprised. Oh, this is a flat Earth space. You know, he didn't even realize that there was flat Earthers in there, or that it's a flat Earth space. So I knew right then it caught him by surprise. So he's like most other people that haven't looked into it, can't steel man their own model, let alone talk about ours. And so that's when he said, I can walk a straight line in my bathroom. I knew his understanding it was minimum at best. You have to take him back to kindergarten.
I would say like that's very normal if like you run into somebody at a party and they find out you're a flat earther and they're like, "What? You're a flat earther?" But to be on Twitter and to go into a flat earth space and then say, "Oh wait, you guys are flat earthers." Like how is that even mathematically possible?
Yeah.
That's where
that is an IQ indicator. I agree.
Who knows, man? A lot of astroturfers too. Who knows?
Maybe he didn't know what FEF is standing for, to be fair.
Oh, he probably thought it was a FIFA server. Was trying to get some tricks and tips or something. Who knows? Zog, what's up?
FIFA server.
Yeah, just slamming it. Waiting for the next Globie to inexplicably, surreptitiously walk by.
You got someone with their hand up.
Yeah, Zogmog's had his hand up.
What's
for
up,
a while.
Zoggy?
What's up, Zog?
Oh shit! I forgot I had my hand up. It's no longer pertinent. Ken,
you have
what was it about?
You have
Ken pretty much
my
already
friend.
covered what I wanted to say. I was just gonna suggest. I was gonna try to help the guy out, and I was gonna suggest that you guys not take him into, blue belt and above waters when the guy hasn't even had his white belt introductory class.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a slow train wreck, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was hard to listen to. So many logical fallacies. I mean,
Straight lines bend.
He really
did the
out.
NASA scattergun.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever been in a plane? You can see the curve from a plane.
Well, why would they lie?
But I wanted to hear him tell us what gravity was. That's what I was interested about.
Oh,
I wanted him to stay on one point and not gish gallop. I love hearing about gravity, guys. It's my favorite.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're all retarded and should go back to school. Definitely.
Do you have any globe proof?
I'm making a sarcastic argument here. I'm a flat earther, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well,
isn't real.
Whoever said about gravity, all you need to do is look at the gravitational theory, the G times M1 times M2 over R squared. And basically what that equation is saying is that there is this magical force of gravity between all objects, regardless of distance. Like, that's all you kind of need to know that you're in, like, Harry Potter domain.
Man.
But what about gravity waves?
Waves of gravity. Because you're just going to fucking just say that's what that is. Okay. But you sometimes speak of gravity as essential and inherent to matter. Pray do not ascribe that notion to me, for the cause of gravity is what I do not pretend to know, and therefore would like some more time to consider of it, Mr. Isaac Newton.
Dude, speaking of Isaac Newton and globe proofs, Indio, what's the hottest globe proof you've heard lately? Like, what's hot on the presses? I know you're in the field a lot.
Trust me, bro.
Well, we had this airplane block a star, and that totally proved the fucking globe, man.
The best globe proof.
There is this like blonde hottie.
Can you not hear Indio, man?
Just saying the best globe. That's tough. I haven't heard anything good in a long time.
Well, I was gonna say there's this like Twitter account. This is like blonde hottie. She's a glober. Now, I don't know. I don't know her name. You could probably figure it out. But she could just be like some random like engineering chick, right? But there's not much other news going on. But I'm just throwing that out there as an account to keep an eye on. I don't know has anybody heard of her yet?
No, it's probably Ranjit from Mumbai.
Well, no, she has videos of herself, but like, I don't know if she's paid or she just really believes this, but she
can't, because Jacobs are such cocks. I got to take pictures of the camera filming and pictures of me filming, the camera filming. They're ridiculous, man. They're absurd what they ask.
You got to get a picture of you holding a newspaper with a thermometer.
And what do you know? They're like, how do we know he was really there at that time? Because I got a picture of the clock, because I know you guys are assholes. But I mean, it's sad that like the stuff we have to produce and they get to say, oh, look, where's the rest? Like, that's all I have to do. Nothing else. Just where's the rest of the boat?
Dude, that's literally what they do. Why can I see this mountain 275 miles away? How come you can't see the bottom of it? It's like, man.
I can't see the cows grazing in the prairie underneath it. Earth's globe.
It's globe, dude. Pack it up, boys and girls. We're cooked.
Yeah, I watched part of your premiere, Alan, part of your debate with Astronomy Live. He's a real dickhead, dude. That dude's just a real dick.
Yeah.
You have such patience. You freaking debate the worst of the worst. The most annoying fingernails on a chalkboard people, man. I don't know how you do it, but
I could hear the frustration boiling up.
Good drugs.
Because, yeah, must be because his thinly veiled passive aggressive insults are just like too much to take.
You owe me $2, but I'll forgive you.
In the first debate you had, did you ever get to go over his information that he like? You went to debate the celestial theodolite, and he brings some other information so he doesn't have to debate that. That was like pretty pathetic, if you ask me.
Yeah, and then when I finally went to go over it, it turns out, the thing that's doing the occluding is moving, and you can't really determine where it's at. You can make some approximations and stuff, but it's literally there's a cooked in already known error of at least 150 meters because there's a half-second delay on all the transmissions anyway. And then if you add another 1 second delay on that for user error, what have you, well, the plane moves at 250 meters a second. That adding those differences up basically makes it so that if the altitude is any different on those, it would go flat Earth. It would it just flips it. It's too much of an error to
too much of uncertainty in what the reading is.
Right. So it doesn't lead to anything meaningful or whatever, but he went like super hard on trying to give the appearance that he knew exactly where that thing was.
I mean, did he talk to Shiva? Because apparently, according to him, we can't, or McToon, can't know where airplane is. Because that whole debacle, the DME that they tried to pull. Now we can know. Which one is it?
He was even spamming the chat last night about that and totally lying, saying that just blew the whole feasibility of the experiment out of the waters, that the barometer, the barometric altimeter error is just too large. And it's like, no, I fully quantified that and integrated it into the total list of possible errors that could affect the data and showed a spread of data expectation in each case graphically, and how they are totally within acceptable limits, and put that to bed like for good. And these guys are just absolutely lying through their teeth. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I know you haven't heard it, but if you listen to the debate with DJ and McToon was in it's some, I can't remember the name of the server. It's a new one. They have like a little, it's called anti-truther or something, Discord. And McToon was live streaming and was acting, you know how he pulls his all Mr. Nice Guy act? Because there was like no flat earthers around. So
yeah, until he's not nice. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've got a video on it.
Yeah, so DJ come in being nice, and as soon as McToon realized, because they got air, water, I took everything. I got every piece of thing they could complain about. I got the data. So I got air, water temperature measured. I got distance measured, horizon distance measured, elevations measured, everything perfect. When McToon realized that was the end, he just tried to turn